Those two words, never forget, are threaded often throughout the 9/11 event. We say those words frequently. I'll never forget where I was that morning. I was going to work in the firehouse like tens of thousands of other firefighters across the country were that morning, September 11, 2001. I went into the firehouse on the West Coast, and it was already well advanced on the East Coast what was going on, and we were huddled around the TV set in the firehouse, and it was beyond words. We were confused. We were terrorized ourselves. My wife and I didn't know if we should send our 5-year-old son to school or keep him home. We were disjointed. We didn't know what to think. I'll never forget that feeling. What kind of men and women are they that put that sort of selfless service in a civil service aspect? Well, I'll tell you what kind of men and women they are. On this engine 96 right here with Hunter, Michael, Eric, and Chris. And I have to believe that the 343 Fire Department New York members, September 11, 2001, that entered what was left of the Twin Towers at World Trade Center, as they entered that building, they had to know they weren't coming out as they entered their stairway to heaven. 20 years on, in a subway in Manhattan, a man enters the train with his 2 young children. The man sits down and the children go about playing and generally misbehaving, bumping into people and playing and seemingly out of control. And finally, another passenger on the train says, "Sir, can you please gain control of your kids?" The man snaps out of a fog and says, "I'm terribly sorry. You see, we just came from the hospital where my children's mom and my wife just lost her battle to cancer. I don't know what we're going to do." There's 2 points to the short story. One is, could it be possible that what we see on the surface is entirely different than what's going on in people's lives beyond the surface? It speaks to empathy and compassion for our fellow human beings. Second point is the widower on the train lost his wife to cancer. She had been at Ground Zero, the dig, and contracted cancer, like 11,000 others of Fire Department New York did in these 20 years that have passed. Physical health problems and behavioral health problems. 11,000 more Fire Department New York members. You may not know that. So now as I close, I'd like to issue a challenge as I collect my thoughts about where do we go from here 20 years on. With this big red fire truck behind us, when we bring in big water to control out of control fires in buildings, there's a hydraulic principle that's in play, and it says that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. And I think maybe now more than ever we can apply that principle to our lives in this way. An equal in magnitude to the hatred and violence that occurred on September 11, 2001, but very opposite. Like the widower on the subway, we can show empathy, compassion, caring and kindness to our fellow human beings in an equal in magnitude but very opposite reaction to our fellow humans. And within that kindness, may we never forget.